It is trailer day, y'all, so let's go ahead and make some magic happen by going through this trailer, all the cards, and even then some that you haven't seen just quite yet, with you all together right now, right here. So let's just jump right on in, because I am excited. Okay, we were right. The ancient, the future. Koraidon and Moraidon. Gen 9 been getting a lot of love lately, but this feels good. We throw in our Paradox, our Fergaraf and King Gambit. Sweet. Gaganackle, okay. Oh, and here they come. Our ancient Flutter. Oh, Fluttermane might be fun. Fluttermane might be fun. It's always terrifying when you see it other ways. I think Iron Bundle? Oh, I'm a fan already. Got some boosters, got the professors. Okay, like just from what we've seen, we're getting 4 from each side. And that's available next Thursday. Let me just go ahead and show you all that right here. Boom! Okay, so let's go ahead and just break down. Let's just go ahead and break down each card. Was in the trailer, and then be able to, if you all stick around, get to see some cards that are some promos or some other things that weren't shown in the trailer as well. So with that, we have all of our cards right here. Just, oh, this is already looking like a banger already. We got both of the professors. We have all of just our our mons here, and then we finally get to see King Gambit inside this set as well too. So let's just go ahead and jump right on into our first Pokemon, which is Koraidon EX here. So its ability, Legendary Drive. Once during your turn, when you put this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may switch it with your active Pokemon. If you do, move all of your energy in play to this Pokemon. You get to then attack for 110 damage for 3 energy, world record. But what's really nice is that you do have to discard the top card of your deck, but really you play it once you're ready to like attack for the 110, right? Like this is a card that like stays in your hand. You get to like hide it from your opponent because you put it onto your bench. Then you get to switch, so you can already retreat if you need to, like a leaf or something that's up in the front. Save that card if you need to, whatever the case may be. But you switch. What's also really nice, actually, now that I think about it, the switching doesn't prevent sleep or paralysis, right? So if you're stuck sleeping and you still have a lot of energy, just switch on out. You get to go right into the front. You get to get the energy that you need and then attacking right away. So Karina and Arena of Antiquity boost up this damage even more by 50. So you're really doing 3 energy for 160. It should put us EX. So that's really great to kind of just like, hey, boom, I win the game with this amount of energy because it's already put onto the board. So definitely looking to set itself as like a late game sweeper here, but that's like still really, really nice. We then take a look at Raging Bolt. Lovely like full art card here. But this is a lot of energy. I think the last time that we've seen 5 energy was Stoke Charizard, but at least that way they gave you put 1 energy, then you get the 3, and then you get attached to the 4th one there. So you kind of like understand like why, because of the Stoke ability for the 3 energy. So let's see what this one does. It discards all energy from this Pokemon. Knock out your opponent's active Pokemon. That's ridiculous. Hold on. Baneful Boom means you can discard all energy and knock out. That's a guaranteed knockout. So 2 Aurelus, 2 Lightning, 1 Colorless makes me think of babies as well. So we're gonna continue to see if this is viable. I think there might be cards that they already shown in the trailer that helps us with this. This definitely slots into like a Dragonite. You know, it's a dragon, water, electric. You're kind of running that anyways. So let's see how this does. But overall, right now we see massive setup. But for the fact that you knock out the opponent's active Pokemon from jump, like that's just it. Like it's just game over from there. You're using this as kind of like let me get 2 points. Let me knock out their mega. Even running things like maybe, yeah, I don't know. This is actually pretty sweet here. Ah, wow. Okay. If there's a way to generate this energy without just Pokemon, we could actually be in some really scary place here, right? Then we jump into Screamtail. Screamtail, we're looking at Shooing a Shout here. You flip 2 coins, if both of them are heads, discard your opponent's active Pokemon. I think now there are definitely ways to just win the game without attacking. I feel like there's so many more of these, and like you can now make it more viable because you have will, so that means now it's a 50-50 instead of a 25%er in order for you to be able to get this. And so you're just turning things away. Could be fun. Definitely a challenge in of itself. There are definitely times where you're discarding it. So this means it's not getting shuffled back into your opponent's hand. You're not shuffling back into your opponent's hand. You're not shuffling back into the deck. Like, it's gone. It's actually gone. So a heavy hitter that they have, and you get those 2 coins, you don't have to worry about the Mega Lucario or any of these, megas that you have to deal with, because this just says no thank you. So that's kind of sneaky, especially for just a 1-pointer here. So we'll see. And that's what we have for the ancient Pokemon. Let's jump into the future. We have Miraidon EX. So energy, legendary drive here. So once during this turn, same thing that we saw with Koraidon. Once you place from the hand onto the bench, you may switch it to the active spot, move all the energy into play with it. This just screams Magneton. This just screams Zeraora, because you have 3 energy, does 20 more damage per lightning energy. So there's massive potential for this card, as if Lightning needed more cards like this. But that's awesome. You get basics, so this thrives with searching for whatchamafaceit, like the starting planes, so you get an extra boost there in terms of HP as well too. So like that 140 goes to like 160 as well. It's 20 damage, but just like Magneton and Electric Generator will just rack this up. You're doing 3 energy for 60, but that's not all the energy that you're gonna have. So this could be really scary. This could be really scary. I think you'll want something to like be a little bit bulky in the beginning, or maybe you just have double Magnetons going, and then you have your like Magnezone with Electro Shot to like continue to drive. And once they finally take that one out, you can then go into here and then just go for it that way. Oh man. Okay, so then we jump into Fluttermane EX, 130 HP, Spellbinding Start. If this is the first time this Pokemon has used an attack after coming into play, during your opponent's next turn, they can't use any trainer cards from their hands. Oh, that is incredibly disruptive. I mean, yes, it's only the first time that you attack, but being able to say no Cyrus, no training cards, not just support, no trainer cards at all. Wow. Okay, I'm kind of glad that's only meant for 1 attack. And I also do like the fact that it's like you have to attack with it, right? So you do have to get a little bit of risky here. Oh, this was an ancient. Oh, dope, baby. But you do have to get a little risky here, and you have to throw this thing out into the active. You are at 130 HP only, and then the following turn I can use an attack after. So depending on, you have to like think strategically as to when you want this to be active, so that way you're good here. You can make this defensive, jumping that's in when you have to retreat let's say you're retreating your Mega Gardevoir and it's been hit, you can then Spellbinding Start, attack, and then they can't Cyrus or Sabrina you back up. You get to heal it safely in the back, and now you're alive for that following turn. So things like that off the rip could be pretty sweet here. We jump back to the future with Iron Bundle EX, 130 HP. First time is using attack to come into play. This attack does 20 more damage, so you're doing 3 energy for 80, but it also paralyzes the opponent's Pokemon. Wow, so in 2 turns you are essentially doing 140 to the Pokemon that's in the front. Your opponent, the only way that your opponent breaks out of that is through a Pokemon Center Lady or any of these like switch mons that they have here, but folks gotta carry that. Folks are already starting to deal with sleep through Ogerpon as well too, so that could be a little thing. But quite honestly, you can get away with that 140 in 2 turns here. That's actually pretty sweet. I like the move here, and I wonder how many more of these, like if this is the first time this Pokemon has used an attack effect that's gonna come in. It's kind of like the first time that we've seen this wording in Pokemon Pocket, and so like we're already starting to see how strong it can be here. Both Pokemon so far have used it, are disrupting your play, which is crazy. We then jump into a basic Iron Hands, 120, 3 energy, 70 damage per heads on 2 coin flips. So 70, it does 70 damage for each heads, so you can do 140 for 3 energy on a basic. Really strong. I kind of like that they tied it to coin flips, honestly, because a basic 120 dealing maximum 140 each time is scary. It's just straight up scary. We jump into Iron Boulder, 120, 4 HP, or not 4 HP, 4 energy, 2 second, 2 colorless, 80 damage, but 40 plus more if the tool is attached. So you have 120 damage here for 4 energy. But since it's colorless, you could ramp this up with non-EX Gardevoir or Mega Gardevoir if you'd like to. Not color. Yeah, you have 2 colors here, so you can ramp this up. So this can be attacking in 2 turns. You can attack it with Mega Gardevoir, and you kind of like attaching this with Mega Gardevoir. Mega Gardevoir deals 110, but to have 120 damage off of a basic is actually pretty nice. Folks have done like there's Journeyist here in like this slot, but like for Iron Boulder, where you're not reliant on your HP and you just really can just knock this out here, it could be pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet, actually, and we have so many tools now that are like really viable that like having a tool ready for you is pretty good. Then we jump into the Farigiraf line. We're gonna be seeing these. This Pokemon's a menace in Pokemon Champions, but double hit, 2 energy, flip 2 coins, attack does 60 damage for each head, so 120 here, but you do need to be a stage 1 in order to be able to get it. Then we jump into King Gambit. King Gambit is interesting. It is a stage 2, but this attack does 40 damage for each time your Pokemon have been KO'd this game. So this is an interesting one. Overlord's Blade, it really does play into its ability, Supreme Overlord. But if you've lost, your Pokemon has been knocked out this game. So you need 2 Pokemon to be knocked out in order to deal 140 damage for 2 energy. But even dealing 100 damage for 2 energy is still really strong in that case. I was thinking of this like Manetrix effect here, where it's for each price point, but it's actually how many times your Pokemon's been knocked out. So you really kind of want to run this in a non-EX deck, so that way you're maximizing the amount of knockouts that you're getting here, to really get up to that for like that 140, to get into your 140 line for in terms of damage for sure. So now what we got going on next is the Garganacl. During Pokemon checkup, heal 10 damage from each of your Pokemon. Oh, you're thick. You get to heal. You get to do continuous 20 damage, 20 worth of heal. This is like a team-wide leftovers. I'm not mad at that, especially because this thing doesn't have to be in the active spot. That is actually something really worthwhile to like think to, right? Just Nacli and Rare Candy into Garganacl, and I can just stay healthy. 2 of these, and I'm healing 40 for everybody per turn. It's kind of sick with it. No, am I thinking about this wrong? Yeah, it doesn't say that it can't stack, so I can do that. So that's pretty sweet. The 3 energy for 90 is not ideal at all. I think you're really playing this Pokemon for its ability, which is like pretty good. All right, so now let's look at some of our tools that we got, which is like going to be a good bonus for our Iron Boulder, who needs those tools in order to get that 120. But this gives you 40 HP when it's attached to this ancient Pokemon. The ancient Pokemon card this gets is attached 40 HP. Okay, so our Iron Boulder doesn't get the vibe from this, but we do get to put it on our Raging Bolt. which boosts up that HP. We get to put it on our Scream Tail. Our Flutter Mane goes to 130 to 170. Our Koraidon goes from 150 to 190. 190 is Mega Territory in terms of HP, so that's actually kind of nice. You can even get up to 210 because Koraidon is a basic as well. So that's pretty cool. You get 60 HP for all of our ancient Pokemon. Huh. Okay. And then so I guess we have our future booster here. The attacks used by the future is attached, does 20 damage to your opponent's active Pokemon. So you get a free red, a free unconditional red actually, with this. Oh, so this goes back into, there's actually a couple of things here. Iron Boulder now is going to deal 140 damage with this tool, so it gets the plus 40 for its effect, and you get the plus 20 damage because of the tool's effect. So that's kind of nice. And then what else do you get to do? You get Iron Bundle, who attacks you for 80 damage as well, right? So Iron Boulder, you get to attach like the Pokemon tool, so that deals a plus 60, so that's 140 each and every turn. And then I think the other one that's actually like pretty crazy is this Cold Start, because this does 20 more damage, so that's 80 when you first time attack. Then you get to do 100 damage for 3 energy, and that's pretty nice. And that paralyzes, and then you attack for 60 that not even just 60, you get to attack for 80 that following turn. This actually makes this card way more viable. Woo-wee! That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, and then we jump into Professor Sada. Attach 3 different types of energy from your discard pile to any ancient Pokemon any way that you like. Okay, so this could be helpful to our, whatchamafaceit, because when we're thinking about Raging Bolt, this could be super helpful for here. And we get to attach it, we can make that happen for sure. That gives us a lot of wiggle room to like build up to that 5 energy to get that final knockout. So 3 different types. So we're thinking water, we're thinking electric. Even just having 2 will be super helpful. We'll try to think of what that third one could be in here. And then Professor Turo, shuffle one of your future Pokemon into play into your deck. Oh, this is actually really nice, because what you could do is just ensure that there's just no knockouts, right? Your Iron Bundle gets to get saved, your Iron Bundle gets to get saved, right? Like there's no knockouts here for either a price point or 2 price points with that. But I think what could be really, really fun is if we have an ancient and future Pokemon in play, we could Professor Toro this away, and then the energy obviously gets discarded. And then Professor Sada, the following turn, attach 3 different types of energy to an ancient Pokemon, and then we can like accelerate it in that sense as well too. So nice. I'm excited to continue to see what we get from in terms of more tools and things like that. Maybe we get more support and more Pokemon as they come across to kind of like boost those up. Maybe we get a new stadium for either ancient or future Pokemon as well too. We've been getting more and more stadiums, so that could be really, really fun to see. And so now you made it with me this far. Let's go ahead and look at 3 cards that weren't shown in the trailer. The first one's the Dunsparce. Stage 100 HP, 2 energy, 60. If this Pokemon evolved during this turn, discard 2 energy from your random. Oh my goodness! Disruption! Evolved. You can do that on the bench or in the active spot. Just take away their energy and they can't attack. That's 2 energy. 2 energy is great because it forces them to have to wait a turn. When you discard just 1 energy, they can always just attach it. They can't attack back to the front and attack again, right? Like they can't do, anything that they want to like build on in the back, but they still have room to attack you. Being able to discard 2 energy in one go means that they have to wait at least 1 turn. So that's pretty strong here with that. We can have some fun with this. We then look at Saraj EX as a promo EX here. Similar slash, discard a random energy from the energy attached to all Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, what? Everyone loses discarded. Oh no, discard one. Discard energy from among all the energy attached to all Pokemon with yours. Okay. Oh, I thought that was like everybody loses 1 energy. That's so much. Okay, now it makes sense why it's 2 for 80. you can lose an energy, your opponent can lose an energy, they can lose it on their bench, they can lose it on their front. Okay, not as cracked out as I thought it was going to be. Thank goodness, but that's pretty good. And then we have a Sableye here, take a random energy from your gym and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. Oh, it is colorless. I don't mind this at all. When we're trying to think of a ramp, it's 60 HP, but you can definitely use Starting Plains. And this could be another ramp card for you, because you get to do that. Take a random energy, but it's random though. It's random. So play this, I guess, with more colorless Pokemon. So that way you're definitely safe no matter what in terms of what energy that you have. And like either playing that or like even playing this with like a whatchamafaceit, any kind of like colorless attached energies to them could also be really helpful in terms of just trying to ramp it up here. But this gives you a sort of a ramp for fighting, a sort of ramp for dark energy, a sort you know, like we have ramps for everything else but these two, and so now you possibly can. That's so sad. That's so sad. But yeah, y'all, let me know what you all think. What's the card that you are looking forward to the most? And as always, y'all, if you enjoy the vibes of this channel, be sure to like, hype, and subscribe, and we'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.